Oh my goodness, we're fighting more guys.
Rick, I'm feeling really hungry and mean, and I need a punching bag.
Ben's right there.
To sex.
Oh man, wait, what?
What?
Whoa.
Cue ball Cameron. How dare you? So it's snowing here in Boston, unfucking
of course
surprisingly.
It always
What?
is.
Really?
Yeah, it's a state of perpetual snow hell here. And I'm debating with Megan whether or not we should order a pizza because it's snowing out, and I always feel bad for the drivers.
It's really not that bad out right now. Like, it's careful driving on our side street, so I'm sure the main road is bearable.
I guess. So
Pizza sounds real
do
good.
that.
Actually.
It does sound really good.
Oh,
I might
man.
even eat some today.
Nice.
No, then I'll die.
I don't think that's how pizza works.
Pizza works that way.
I'm pretty.
Keep me in the loop. If
Two
you're
slices,
looking to get
I'm
some
out.
pizza.
He's only allowed to have so much pizza in his life. Oh, revenge.
Next time we break the episode, we'll order some.
Oh wow, that did fucking shit all.
Yeah, I mean these guys aren't. They're no
Yeah.
threat to you.
No threat.
No threat.
No threat.
Zero threat.
Zero threat.
yeah,
He's
so
dead.
honestly, I
even
think-
less of a threat.
I think we probably have this and one more episode of grinding like this, and we'll probably be
Close enough.
pretty
So
much
it is
close
pretty much
enough
a
to
week
take
of
on.
grinding, huh?
Yeah, I
But
kind of
it's
expected
been
that.
actually a really good week. I'm surprised.
We've got
had some
better
good talks.
conversation, which is good because I'm sure the video has got to be the most boring shit in the
Yeah.
world
So please
for you guys. So if you're specifically watching the video, I deeply apologize.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
for the fans that are watching the series, this is great stuff to like throw on a second monitor while you're doing something else.
a lot of
and
people
listen
have
to
said they
our
listen
wonderful
to us
voices.
about
Yeah.
as much as they watch us. So
Yeah.
I'm
That's
totally fine
fine.
with
Yeah,
that.
that's great. Our podcast roots are showing.
Yeah.
Fucking, it was weird having Beeble here last night for
I
the end of that
know.
video.
We got a surprise for you at the end of. Actually, you know what? It'll be tomorrow's Mega Man 3 episode. We got
Oops,
we got
spoiler.
nice.
a bit of a spoiler. That's all right. Special
That's
guest
fine.
star
Nobody even
Beeble.
knows who he is, really.
Beeble was in
Only the most hardcore
our original
fans.
5 Days
Yeah.
a Stranger run back
Yep.
in 2011. That was actually
Yeah.
the first one we uploaded to YouTube. Not the one we did last July, but the one we did 3 Julys before that.
Good lord.
And he was also in our Ocarina of
Original-
Time prototype.
The episode 0 that was
Episode
awful.
0, yep.
And, yeah.
And he was also in our Skyward Sword pilot, like
Which
2
never
years before
aired.
that. No, it aired.
Did it air?
It was just bad, yeah. Because, I mean, hey, it was decent conversation.
Yeah,
The video
fair
got
enough.
fucked up because the way we record, again,
Yeah.
up until basically the summer where we started doing Zelda,
Yeah.
we really didn't have good equipment at all.
No,
We had
exactly.
no clue what we were
Stuff.
doing.
Yeah.
I cannot
And then
stand
we figured
behind.
it out, and now we're awesome.
Yeah, I cannot possibly recommend
Our old
the
videos.
Hopodge HD PVR2 more.
Oh, yeah.
I understand the Elgato is also really good, and I really want to try that out to do a test comparison. But
But at this point, we've got 5 Hopodges.
yeah,
so
I
we're
can at
just
least say that the
rolling with it.
Hopodge, not compared to anything else, but on its own, is awesome, and it's been great to
It's
work
been
with. And
fucking comparatively solid. I mean, we have very few technical issues now, and when we do,
Yeah.
it used to be
it's
audio.
all predictable now. We
Yeah,
can see
and
it
now-
coming, and we can.
Now we have a system where the audio stuff doesn't happen. Like
Exactly.
the worst audio thing we ever had was like setting the food on the keyboard during
Yeah.
a recording.
Oh,
and
that
then-
was so. I felt
then we
so
lost half
stupid
of an
for
episode.
not even
I
thinking
felt pretty
about
bad
that thing.
about that.
I gotta get him out of here. I forgot that wheezing is just a pain in the ass to fight with grass. But yeah, we're getting our dudes up. Ness is the lowest, and he's up to 46. We got a 46, a 48, a 49.
Yeah, I think
So we're
I think
we're
it'd be
close.
fine. And Ness is the one who's least in danger from the thing we're worried
Yeah,
about.
Lorelei would. Honestly, the thing I'm worried about is any of Lorelei's dudes knowing Thunderbolt.
That's not going to happen.
That's the only thing I'm actually
I will
worried
bet
about.
you $1 million. I mean, Ben could look it up with his fancy Chromebook.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't know if I
to
feel like
remember.
looking up
Jinx?
the Pokemon moves might be a little bit much.
Jinx might have Thunder
Jinx
Punch.
might have Thunder Punch.
Thunder Punch on a Jinx?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for some reason that
Really?
rings a bell to me.
That seems weird. That
Now
seems
I'm
like
so
really
curious.
weird.
I need to
just
Slowbro.
look up if a Jinx can learn Thunder Punch because I feel like that's wrong.
Almost positive she can. I think Slowbro has Thunder Wave, but
That's- who
not
cares?
Thunderbolt.
Okay, Lorelei.
No. Don't look up Lorelei's one. Just look up Jinx.
Okay.
I feel knowing what the levels are already feels a little bit cheap to me.
We don't know the levels. We know a vague
Well, we
range.
know where the max is. I think 63. Someone said in the comments is where the final is where like your rival's Pokemon is at. Your rival's starter Pokemon.
Jader.
Hey,
Jader.
I didn't say I never
oh, fuck,
did
Megan's
any of it.
here.
Girl alert!
Oh God.
I've been
Carolyn, you have
secretly
not been on
listening
mic this whole time. She says she knows.
Carolyn's over there somewhere too, with no mic.
But yeah, I mean,
No, maybe not. I'm trying to Just fucking Jinx.
But yeah, an electric move is the only thing that I'm thank you to Champster, by the way, for correcting that it's not thunder type but electric type.
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
I'm aware that it's electric type. Sometimes thunder is just a quicker.
When you grow up on Final Fantasy your entire life.
That's true. That stuff is thunder.
Yeah.
Thunder element.
Yeah. So I mean, I think you guys. I appreciate the daily corrections. I really do.
It's actually.
But occasionally,
it does
it's
actually
a little bit nitpicky.
No, it's. I mean, honestly, it helps a lot. It helps.
There's plenty of good info in there, and
yeah.
I genuinely do appreciate it. Because, like,
for example,
again, me in particular, but Rick sometimes too. Like, we'll just try and fly through it and kind of like wing it and be close enough. So it's good to have the details
SmackDown is actually rock. I thought it was dark because I think I was mixing up with knockoff.
And see, I would have guessed fighting. So really, because the Rock SmackDown.
Okay,
right? Is that a thing?
I looked up.
Highly
so that
doubt
makes
that's
sense
the reason, but. If that's the easiest way to remember, then by all means, you know.
Never mind.
What are you saying, Ben?
I was going to say I looked up Lorelei, but that's actually for the original Red Blood. I was going to tell you, I just wanted to know for myself.
I'm trying to see by leveling up, by moving. Hold on, I'm looking.
Guys,
I'm just looking whether a Jinx can even learn any thunder moves.
Cheaters.
Calm down.
Cheaters.
A Jinx cannot learn any
this
electric
is, by the way,
type moves.
Are all pumpkin eaters.
A Jinx cannot learn any
electric type. All right.
moves.
This is the reason, by the way, that we're not looking up in Mega Man.
The boss.
Yeah, the different boss stuff, because it feel like that's half the game.
Right.
Honestly, is figuring out where to go next.
Yeah. And like the thing is, like if we know it, we're going to use it.
Yeah,
but like
it shortens the game by half, and that kind of ruins sort of some of the.
In theory, we should be able to try out each move and get a sense as to whether it's going to work.
As the games go on, it becomes a little bit easier to do that, especially when you can switch between weapons real quick. It's annoying in the NES games. Got to pause, scroll, unpause, try it. No, I don't want pause, scroll, unpause, try that. Oh no, that did nothing. All right, we'll go to the other one and so on. So at least that'll make it a little bit simpler. The Zero and ZX games are the same way. You can just use
I'm
shoulder
so
ones.
excited. I'm so.
Those
excited.
ones are good. The X games
Zero
are the weirdest.
Zero
Meg
is so good.
I think we decided we were watching.
We're gonna make you play one level of Mega Man X.
Just the intro level, because
the baby learning level.
And we'll mention this when we do when we do Mega Man X also. If you haven't watched Sequelitis, I'll throw a little annotation down there, because it's a great video by Egoraptor about why Mega Man X is arguably the perfect tutorial game
without having a tutorial.
Yeah. It is not. It is a game that teaches you how to play it.
It
in the
shows,
best way
it
possible.
doesn't tell. And I think
that's
really
Mega Man X.
The whole fucking video can be boiled down to showing and not
that video.
telling in game design.
So I mean,
wow, you remember? Good girl.
I think
Stop calling me that. That's creepy.
I think
one.
Good girl. Go fetch.
I think you would have a fine time.
You would do fine
doing
that.
At least the intro level, and maybe you'll have fun with it. Honestly, the X games are the easiest out of all of them.
I think
by
you
far
hooked,
the
actually.
easiest.
I think if you did the intro
easiest.
level,
You guys, some would say that Mario Kart is pretty easy.
It's also not a Mega Man game, but I
It's
appreciate
true.
your input.
But I failed at that horribly.
No, you're fine at Mario Kart.
On screen, you did.
Yeah, you
Off
get
screen,
pressure
we were talking about
problems,
this
same
a
way
little
as I
bit.
do.
We were talking about this a little bit. We did a
Sounds
You Don't
hot.
Know Jack a while back that never survived our hard drive issues, but we did You Don't Know Jack, and Meg actually won the all the matches we did off camera. And then when we got on, I think you took third all but once and took second once, and it was just like
It's the pressure.
and I felt bad because you were fucking destroying us off camera. And then Mario Kart, the same thing. You actually beat me by like a couple places in our test run of one of them that we didn't record.
It was a glorious time.
And then we got on, and I was watching your screen a couple times, and you were getting some shitty luck. Like the computer was definitely screwing with you.
Thank you. That makes me feel really good to hear you say that.
No problem.
I was freaking out a little bit.
No, you do fine. It's part of it's the pressure. There is totally a pressure with. Part of the reason I get so paranoid doing the Pokemon stuff is
You're
because
splitting your brain.
Yeah, I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to
it.
think. I'm trying to remember what I'm doing next, and I'm trying not to say or do anything totally embarrassing while on here. Like, oh, what's this? It's a Poliwhirl. Here, let me throw out my Charmander and see how it goes. I've had some my Benedict. The whole reason that I got fucked hard in X was because I was just paying just little enough attention to throw out my starter in X and have him get completely annihilated.
Oh my god, I remember.
I was actually deeply depressed after that happened. That bothered me a lot.
I know.
I
live with you.
And yeah,
It was great.
Yeah.
Moping around the house all day.
Oh god.
Wouldn't leave.
Mega Man was
Sleeping
doing the
in
same
late.
thing to me in
That's what I do every
in
day.
Ruby Sapphire, because that
Amen.
threw me. I've
Also,
recovered
hi.
pretty well. It was not a Pokemon that I needed nearly as badly as I needed Chiba in this, but
That's a good point. I
feel like a Manectric, especially one with Manectite, would have always been a better choice than a Pikachu that cannot evolve.
Mega Manectric is really cool, right? But look at it like this. If you have the chance to go Mega, you're probably going to go with Kyogre or your starter.
Depends on the battle.
2, most times. 2, Manectric by itself, his stats are not great.
Yeah,
He's
I mean, that's
alright.
why the Mega would be...
He's all right.
Yeah, but you can't assume that you're going to Mega every single time you have
It's true.
Manectric
No, that's
in
true.
play. And I bet he would have gotten killed. I really do. I think he would have gotten killed at...
Yeah, but how would he have gotten more killed than or less killed? Would Joplin have done better?
There's only
In
one
any
state of
situation
no.
And
at
in fact,
all.
I hate to say it, but our...
Joplin's going to disappear. Sooner or later, he's going to have to go.
no,
he's great on the
and
team
so
now.
I think so is Cosby. Our most recent...
Cosby's going to have to disappear, too.
Our most recent...
It sucks, but, like...
Showdown showed me
Yeah.
that maybe Cosby's not as...
Our
Pikachu...
Pikachu-
Great special attack, but
Our
just
Pikachu's,
nothing
the problem
else.
are, they just... A
If they don't
Pokemon
evolve,
that
they
normally
can't
evolves...
keep up.
Yeah.
A Pokemon that
And that's
normally
really
evolves
what's
and
happening.
can't is not useful.
Yeah. And it sucks, because I didn't realize that they just won't let you evolve.
Yeah.
I thought, like,
You know what
you'd
it
evolve
is?
it and lose the cosplay
It's probably
abilities, but maybe
also-
keep the move.
It's probably also a throwback to Pokemon Yellow.
right.
Because unless you traded your original Pikachu, you could not evolve.
Right.
Like, you didn't even have the... You could use a Thunderstone and it would
if
be
we
like...
trade
Pikachu said
Cosby
no or
and
something.
Joplin to each other and then trade them back, can we evolve them?
Probably not.
I doubt it.
I think they retain
I
whatever
know.
property
Yeah,
makes
I
them a
know.
cosplay Pikachu.
Yeah.
Fucking poison. God damn it.
Whatever.
That was just annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 70 antidotes. It's just
Yeah.
one more thing I got to think about. Sorry, 69. I got 69 now because I used...
Oh,
Mm.
Sexy Lapras.
Nothing sexier than 69 antidotes.
Yes.
That's how many you need after sex with Rick.
Right.
Oh, God. Ugh. Ugh.
Nothing better than saying "boom" after your own joke.
Yeah. It really shows
You sure
maturity.
showed
Shows
me.
quality of character.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Yeah, no, it's
man.
you know, I gotta admit, it's really refreshing to talk about video games in the old podcast style. No, in the old podcast style
Okay.
that we
okay,
like
buddy.
just sort of.
I've really been, I just haven't been talking about video games enough lately.
We record 10 hours a week of video game video, and you edit 50 hours a week
It's
of
true.
video game video.
I'm
Somehow
talking
that's
about,
five
like,
so
times the amount
refreshing
of
to
recording.
talk
my
about
brain is
video
my
games.
brain is at half mast right now. Is what I'm saying. I'm kind of.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
paying
not the
attention.
only thing at half mast. Boom!
Oh!
Am I giving you a half chub? Is Biker giving you a half chub? Is that what you're saying here?
My sexual punching bag.
To be
Oh,
fair,
God,
to be fair,
no.
it's different talking about video games in this kind of
No, I totally
Exactly.
is. Like,
That's what I
just-
mean.
playing the
I'm
game.
just picking
and,
on
like,
Dr.
I know.
Spreadsheets over here.
One of these days,
You
when
do have a rare candy.
I do have a Rickon. Yeah, I got one. I think.
But that's
right?
not really
Yeah, I got
useful.
one. I'm
Well,
not gonna use
it's-
it yet. I'm
It'll
gonna
save us one. thing
Save
of
for
level.
right before I
emergencies.
go in. I'll
Yeah.
probably use it.
Next
Can I
time
just say, Dr. Spreadsheets is an excellent Rick name.
is an
Yep.
excellent
Dr.
Spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets.
Dr. Spreadsheets.
That's not bad actually. I could live
That
with
should be like your next online handle.
There you
It's
go.
also
Here we
good
go.
porn
Full Heart
name.
Laser Sword. I'm Dr. Spreadsheets.
I
Yeah.
like that. All right,
There we
cool.
go.
Well, we all get full heart laser sword names. What's mine going to be?
I don't
Oh,
know.
we got
You already have. Don't you already have a code name for your other band? Are we allowed to even say that band's name?
No, yeah, we're not going to
No?
talk about that right now.
OFA?
It's our friends Animals, but
Yeah.
it's
We're not allowed to say.
I don't know. I'm
Our
not really
friends
worried
Animals.
about it. It's not. We're only barely a thing right now.
Well, I
Um,
mean,
You know, we just haven't geeked out in a while. So
no, that's fair.
you know.
I mean, you've been fucking busy as hell. So.
CJ attempted the name Dick Samage. So I think we can do better than that for full
Yeah,
heart laser
probably.
sword.
I don't know if I'd use Dr. Spreadsheets for a band name, just because it's a little bit far enough off from like
no,
a
like
video
you
game
could have like
thing.
a whole character.
Maybe,
like you could have like thick
maybe.
black glasses and a lab coat, and that could be like
You know
your
what's
thing.
funny? I
Shouldn't
I
Full
own a
Heart
lab
Laser
coat
Sword have
because
I
of
know
the
you do
because
of
of
the
a
video
video
that
that
we're still
we-
going to
that
do.
we have not yet produced, and somewhere back in at my mom or dad's place, I have a pair of World War I British aviation goggles that I love.
Awesome.
They are so cool.
And only a person named Dr. Spreadsheets would actually wear those in public.
They are
So it's
so cool.
perfect.
Have you seen them?
No, they're probably really cool. Honestly, it's just you don't wear those in public unless you're
Oh God,
a
no!
World War
Unless
II
you're
fighter pilot.
unless you're in costume or you are trapped 100 years in the future.
yeah.
Oh my God, World War I was 100 years ago.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Those
Weird.
rules still are like the same rules for fedoras, right?
What about
Should be.
not to wear them in
Don't wear them public or
100 years in
unless-
the
100 years in the future? Yeah.
Not
We're-
in public,
I don't think fedoras were
not
really big
unless you're
until like
in a
the late
costume.
30s, 40s.
We're close.
But yeah, no, yeah. Point being, yes.
Just don't wear a fedora, okay?
Just don't
What
do
I was
it.
getting at before though was like
Just
we
don't do
haven't had such a casual video game discussion in a while and really gotten in deep with about,
Our thoughts and feelings.
kinda, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is the stuff we like to do, you know, and like there's a reason
we did it for 3 years, man.
Yeah, we did, and we'd bring it back too.
I miss
if we
out
had
on all that,
if we
though.
had more time and could do it on YouTube.
Time is the biggest factor right now. Honestly, I was saying before is if I can find, we've got our episodes spread across so many websites right now and so many different like computers.
The podcast stuff.
Yeah, one of these days I do want to maybe upload at least some of the better ones, if not all.
Yeah, I would
of them
say
to
let's
YouTube.
cull it for the best of.
Yeah.
Maybe do like
Granted,
a few
all the
episodes at a
information's
time.
out of date and like
Yeah.
you know, the audio in the early days were not as good. Later on, we were doing it at an actual radio studio with a bunch of guys who now, it used to be on regular radio, then it was Dig Radio. Nowadays, a lot of those guys reformed as WEMF.
Who we're
Wemf.
talking with about doing stuff. But that, you know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
more, it is online radio, so it could work for
Oh,
anybody. For a while, we self-produced our online radio station.
We did.
which was
After
cool.
on regular, we went back to independent, but we took a lot of that knowledge that we had
Yeah.
from doing live online radio, and for a while we were on Mixler.
Yep.
Doing stuff there, and it was okay. The problem we had was that once we left Unregular, we didn't have the same ability to get the word out for our episodes as we did before, so it was a little harder to get an audience.
It was kind of weird though. Like I'm just saying we never actually got any analytics on who was listening when.
Yeah, which
so
I
that
was
was one
always
of the
kind of annoyed
trickier
about.
parts with that, and that's part of one of the reasons why
promised-
the split happened. I think is
they
that
were
there
they were
some
promising
shady
us a lot of
business
stuff,
practices.
which maybe it was just difficult to get that stuff organized at the time because a lot of things were in motion.
But it doesn't matter because YouTube has become our platform.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we love it.
Yes.
We fucking love it. I wouldn't want to be on anything
Over the
else because
last-
the comments alone make it.
Oh,
you know.
absolutely. It's way more interactive than it ever was in radio. But we always wanted to do like another live show where we had people do like call-ins or comments like on Twitch.
Yeah.
We could always do a Twitch podcast really and do it from there too, you know. But you know, it's a lot of stuff to think about in the future, and I think 2015 is going to be our big transition year.
Yeah, I mean, basically, so I work in education, and come May, I'm going to be not teaching classes anymore and focusing more on the D-pad. So that's
It's gonna
awesome.
be-
Yay,
Yeah.
focusing on the D-pad.
Yeah,
yeah.
and Ben's going to quit his job, too.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm going to have my one
I just need someone to
occasional
support me.
teaching job. Please don't spill that on me.
Yeah, sorry, Ben.
Um,
Not me.
If anyone would like to sponsor me,
Yeah, we'll see.
right.
please
Sponsor
contact
Ben.
me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow, I'd like to quit my job and work full time for the D-pad.
It would
I
be
would
nice.
too. Hey, I would
Ironically,
too,
of
man.
all of us, you're the one who probably could have the most work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most
are you kidding
legitimate
me?
reason to be there, basically.
Yeah, I mean, aside from Rick, obviously, but we
I
would
was just
we
gonna
could
say,
give
Rick
you
is-
we could give you enough work. We could give you tons of art, tons of animation
We're
to
probably
do,
gonna do that
T-shirts.
shirt
There's
thing
social
reasonably
stuff.
I mean, if this was a
We-
full-time gig, I
Yeah.
think I would rock it.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
you
we
would.
could probably
You'd
pay
only
you as
be
much as
awesome
your
at
current
it.
job
Mhm.
pays you.
Honestly, well, I mean, on top of that too, like, I think,
Please donate.
like, I mean, for one, I can help out with some of the shirt stuff that's not art based. Like, if it's sprite and texty stuff, then I
Right.
can do a lot of that, and you can do more of the hand drawn style stuff. I don't know. I'm
No.
just trying to.
Megan works alone.
I'm just trying to lighten the load because I know that if we do the shirt thing, which I really want
Well,
to do,
you're
then it's
trying
going
to
to be a
lighten
lot
the-
at once,
the
and I just want to make
hypothetical
sure that,
loads.
like, you know, we can get it
Listen,
done. That's all.
I love fonts.
I do too.
I love fonts.
On my old
Typography is
laptop, I've
really
got like
interesting.
500
Yeah, typography
fonts
is
on there,
great.
and I'm just like, it takes me
Do you
forever.
do you want to compare?
Did you study
No,
graphic design?
I'm
Ben?
sure you
did,
have
right?
I
more.
did.
You've
I
got
took
way
some
more
classes on it,
reason
yeah.
to have fonts than I do.
We all have some kind of graphic design experience.
Typography
Except
was
for me.
a lot of
Well, you're
fun
in the
for
other
me.
room. I'm sorry, I don't keep including you in
Have-
things.
Have you guys?
I love you though.
Have you guys heard of
You're
the?
hanging with Coach.
It was like the Black Box Project or something. It was an
You
art
can't
piece,
see it,
quote
internet,
unquote,
but I'm pouting.
where it was it was like 2 terabytes of information that were, I think, illegally released, but the way it was presented in a weird sort of physical form, and it was placed somewhere and connected to the internet. So the defense they had for why it couldn't be taken down was that it was an art piece. And it actually kind of worked for like 2 months. This thing was online. It had torrents running from it, and it had like, 10,000 books. It had like 50,000 fonts. It had all of this shit that is normally like the value of the information inside the torrent for it was about $2 million.
Weird.
And it was being distributed for free, and there was nothing that could be done about it for a while because they were like, just bringing up a suit, because if they're defending it as art and they have a physical art piece that is attached to it, then they can't just like go and grab it and take it down. They had to actually basically sue somebody to make it work. It was like this long
What does
process.
this
It
have
was
to
so
do
weird.
with T-shirts?
Because
No, it
because
was-
they
Talk
had
about
like
fonts.
45,000
Yeah.
fonts that were
Okay.
in there, and that was. I tried to get a hold of it, but I couldn't get a strong enough.
No, honestly,
seed.
I mean, being into graphic design and stuff in 2015 is awesome because there's a huge like emergence of open source fonts and typefaces that are just incredible.
Font Squirrel and Google Fonts are fucking awesome resources these days.
Yeah, absolutely. And even like small foundries, like we know about those
Lost
guys.
Type
We know.
is my favorite.
Yeah, they do like a new font every month, and it's awesome.
Nice.
And they're really well done. They're from artists, and it's
and
like
I love that they predominantly are just free. They're like,
yeah, it's a pay what you can. I mean, unless
That's
you're
cool.
seeking deeper.
Yeah, unless you're like a business.
But
You know, like the
it's
D-pad.
amazing.
No, we're not.
We are a nonprofit.
Let's see. If we calculate all the money we've gained, it's approximately negative $24,000. So I think we're good for now.
Oh boy.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I want it to become a. See,
I would
just
love for
need
this to be a full-time
an event
gig.
in my life that is surrounded and circled. You know, it's about us
Yep.
as the D-pad, and I just want a T-shirt gun.
Yeah.
Cannon.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I
That's
have
what I
so
want in my life.
so
That
back in the
sounds
day
I
on
need
the
a reason to
podcast.
shoot.
That's the dream right there.
Yeah.
Back in the
Need a
day,
reason to shoot.
when we had the
Wink.
podcast, we were using Anamanaguchi's song "Helix Nebula" as our
Yeah.
sort of theme song.
Yeah.
I really liked it, and we made a compromise because John really wanted one last time. Is that the name of the
History
song?
repeating.
History repeating part 2, one last
Yeah.
time. He wanted that to be the intro, so it was like I feel we eventually realized, all right, Helix Nebula works a bit better as an intro, but one last time makes a great outro, so we
Yep.
used both of those. And I've had this little happy spot in the back of my mind. It's like one of these days we're gonna get to go to a convention, have a panel like by us, and we're gonna get to walk out to like Helix Nebula and have that and like yeah woo like
Some
some
people
shit
dream
like
about
that,
winning
man.
the Super Bowl, and
No,
this is what
I
Rick
just
dreams
wanna-
about.
I just
Dream
wanna-
about walking on
I just
stage.
want to go somewhere in public and have people be excited to see me on stage.
I dream about
like
coming
that.
up
Yeah,
from the
that would be
stage
cool.
with pyrotechnics and green light.
Yeah.
Okay,
Damn, yeah.
Beyonce.
I
That's
wanna
what
be a-
Full Heart Laser Sword is going to be.
That's right.
There we go.
I just want to be a
Beyonce.
wizard.
You want
Ben,
what?
you're
I just want to
basically
be
a wizard.
Yeah.
You're one of the
There's a
people
lot
most
of-
like a wizard. That
There's
I
a
know.
lot of controversy, and
Over
it
wizards.
sounds like a silly thing to say, but there is a lot of controversy in like the Let's Play sphere about like, well, what are you in it for? Are you in it for fun or are you in it for money and shit like that? And it's like,
Well, so far we're in it for fun.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Let me tell you.
the overwhelming response to that stuff is, well, for one, what's wrong for wanting to make some money out of it?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong
Thank
with
you.
wanting to profit off of your hobby.
There's
It is
this
a hobby
weird-
still.
There's this weird thing going between Mass Art and SMFA, the other
Yeah.
art school. They're like blocks
Whoops.
apart. And there's like this weird thing that the SMFA kids are like, well, Mass Art students just want to make money off their art, and that's
It's
not
like,
what it's about. And I'm like,
and?
what
Yeah,
the
wait.
fuck?
Yeah, why does it have to be
Why-
one or
I
the
think
other?
it's the question.
Why
like,
can't we make a
Damn
living
you for
off
wanting
it?
to make a
primarily-
living out of
I
your
mean, granted,
passion.
Even if we were making money off this stuff, I would still think we'd be doing it for the passion of the games. I would never want to
Exactly.
just play games for
Here's
the sake
the
of a
thing.
paycheck.
we've been doing this for 3 years.
4 years.
4 years and not making money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it's like three
the
and a half,
only
whatever.
issue is
Why
that
stop now?
The thing
right,
is,
so
the thing
if
is,
we could start making money, it would be cool because
Yeah.
we could do more of it.
Exactly.
That's
There
all
is-
it is.
There is
Exactly.
nearly nothing that you can do and enjoy it where someone would say, hey, would you like to still enjoy this thing you do but also get money for it? And you go, no!
Right. Yeah. And
That's called prostitution.
I mean, well,
Well,
okay, fine. That's
that one maybe.
That's
See
a
what I did
complicated
there?
legal thing. All right,
Ugh.
legal. Let's stick with the
Check it
legal
in,
realm.
check it in, check-
The
Check
point
in.
being, though, like, there's a lot of people with like this kind of vitriolic sort of like they really just don't like the idea that people would intentionally like want to make money off of doing this stuff, and it's like I can kind of see where they might misconstrue that like, oh, you're just in it for the money, you just want to get famous and be paid, and it's like, I mean, everyone kind of wants to be famous for something, but like,
well,
I mean,
Did you watch that documentary called Please Subscribe?
no, is that like a YouTube documentary?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
It's on Netflix actually.
Oh,
I
cool.
watched it
Maybe I'll
not
watch
too
it
long
later.
ago.
Is it good?
It's interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. It went through a couple of different channels, different people, and actually it went through this company that made it big because they're
Yeah.
a T-shirt production company.
Nice. Yeah, if you get
And
in
they
on
make,
it, man.
Like all of YouTube's, like all the channels go through them for some reason, and they
Nice.
just like made it huge. Now they just have like warehouses and warehouses of.
I believe it. If you get the right niche and you kind of ride it the right way, you can do a lot of powerful stuff with it.
Ride your niche.
Yes, ride your niche. Wear those
that's
niches
the message
out.
for the kids.
Ride
Yeah.
your niche. I
Yeah.
really think that's a contender in our T-shirt contest.
Ride your niche. Maybe we'll see. It might work. But yeah, just like if this never makes us a cent, I would still be fine sitting down and playing. Maybe not quite at the intensity we're doing right this second, just
Yeah.
because we've been
because we accidentally backed ourselves into an
We've
Yeah,
been
we-
riding
corner.
our niche
we
pretty
backed
hard.
ourselves really hard into this corner. We
It's a
accidentally
fun corner, but it's
the problem
serious
was
amount of
we
work.
started doing Pokemon. We started doing Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then Ocarina we wound up doing as like a we started that as like a hey, why don't we just burn some time before Majora's Mask comes out? And they went, surprise, it's coming 2 months early, and it was like, oh
fuck.
well, that's screwed. So now we're doing Ocarina and Majora at the same
We're
time.
stubborn, so we're gonna keep going.
And like Leaf Green, we started the week after we got into Ruby Sapphire.
And then you broke it, so somehow we're playing Fire Red.
Yeah, so we're back to well, that was also because we were like, oh, we need some time for Mega Man to get started, and it shouldn't be too bad. And I was like, nope, it was too bad. It was too much. Which is admittedly part of why our schedule's been so slippery lately. It's been kind of hard to get everything going on at the same time. I think we're doing okay. Nothing's ever been more than like a day late. I think maybe like a day and a half at worst.
Yeah, you've done really well at keeping things more or less on time.
Which I want to get back on track.
Considering how aggressive our schedule is and how you're a huge bottleneck and that you're the only editor right now.
I know. We said that we were going to try to get we were going to get you in on editing for some of this.
I would love to edit. I have so much fun video editing. I just don't have time for it right now.
Yeah, so at some point, once things quiet down, once we're done with Fire Red, if Leaf Green doesn't start right away, and once we're done with Ocarina, we're probably going to ease down on a little bit so we can get John some time prepping some videos, and then we can split the work, and then maybe it can be a little easier for both of us. And, I don't necessarily... I feel weird because
for the record, we'll teach anyone else who wants to do video editing too.
There's this weird paradox.
I don't want to.
Okay. I think
appreciate
Dustin kind of said that he was interested in learning that stuff too. So I mean, we might get him on. We might get him in on that at some point.
What software do you use for video editing?
Premiere Pro.
Premiere Pro.
I use the Creative Cloud version, but a lot of people still stick with Creative Suite 6, which. There's not a major enough difference for me to really care between the two. I just like the updates that Adobe gives me now.
Right.
But there's we've hit this weird paradoxical point.
Our cloud?
No, I've got my own account.
Fancy.
I know. It's a teaching account too.
Ooh,
student teacher one. Yeah.
I think Sea-Lake has one too.
Probably,
so.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
If there's no reason not to get the teacher
I used
one.
to pay for my own. And
That
then
shit
I
is
was like,
expensive.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. That shit is expensive.
Yeah.
Even in the cloud version, which is a bit more of a helpful way of doing it than the way they did before.
I think it's great.
I think it's. I was really
getting Typekit alone is fucking worth it.
Yeah, I was against it at first just because it's more expensive than any one program. But if you use I use Premiere and Photoshop and After Effects, I'm starting to look into InDesign. I used to use Dreamweaver. I don't really use it anymore, but that was a nice one too. So all 5 of those would have cost way more than the Creative Cloud does now.
Yeah, sure.
So it's a lot easier to just do it like that.
Flash is also really into it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, Flash is also starting to, as far as web design from Flash is on its way out hard. HTML5 is
no, but I mean
doubling down.
I mean just basic animation.
Yeah, Flash animation.
Yeah,
is
Flash still has value.
Around.
Everyone's like, Flash is dead, but no, it's just not great for websites.
Yeah,
anymore.
as animation, it's fine for web design and those fucking hey, let's have a Flash animation to open your website is still one of the most annoying things in the world to me. Because it's just I have to sit through this before they even let me see the skip it button.
God,
Yeah.
I mean, those were the coolest sites when we were kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The
Those
novelty
were,
wore off pretty fast, though. That's the thing. After about a year or so, I was like, I just want to get to the website.
I remember making shit in Flash when I was.
I was really
kid.
bad
I had,
at
some
Flash.
pirated
Flash
version
always,
of
it was tough for me
something.
too.
I was just fucking around with it. It was a lot of fun to use.
Yeah. I kind of want to look back into it just because I always wanted to do some animation stuff, and Premiere is not really the best way to do animations by hand.
I feel like
It's
animation would
slow.
work really well with you, Rick.
I think it would. I need better. My
You
problem is
like
I need better
tedious
art
things.
skills. It's true.
I actually am
It's
pretty good at animation. I used
Yeah.
to. It's one of the things I majored in.
One of the many.
things.
One of the
Yeah.
things. Yes.
It was hand-drawn, old-fashioned 2D animation, which of course is very practical.
Oh yeah.
And, but I was pretty good at it. I had a really good. I'm not a great drawing person, but I
Artist?
could get the feel of the
Can we play
animation
your
and the
videos?
lines of the animation. Yeah.
do you
we can
have-
put a video up here.
Yeah.
Remind me, Rick. We'll put a video here.
Right here
Love
on the
them.
bottom. Is it? How long are the videos?
It's like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
You can just pause the episode and throw it in.
It's like an ad.
It's goofy as shit.
Yeah. All right. Hang on 1 second. We'll step away. We'll show you one of John's videos.
My whole life is a dark room. One big dark
room.
And yeah, that was pretty good.
Well,
I
how
have no
about
idea what
that?
it looks
It
like,
was,
so I assume it was awesome.
I mean, it was like 10 years ago in college,
Yeah.
the day it was due, but it was fun.
I mean, that's honestly more impressive if it was a good video, which I assume that it was.
Oh no.
We'll
Hey,
just
man,
go
I don't
on a
know.
limb and say that was great.
That was
That
awesome.
was good, maybe.
Real
Thank
good
you.
job.
That was part of John's courtship.
Ooh.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, I feel like I wouldn't have shown you that until I was pretty sure I was already getting it.
Oh God.
Let's be
Not
real.
worth the
Whoops.
risk.
Oh, I was
huh?
totally
Yeah,
paying attention there.
you know, my game
but
works
so-
in a very specific. I share a little bit and then wait for approval, then share a little more, then wait for approval, and if
It
I get to
wasn't
stage
long.
3, then I'll just share the rest.
Definitely
Nice.
wasn't long, John.
Well, I want to back up just a little bit. Oh damn it! I should have whatever. We're sort of in this weird paradoxical point with these games because I always kind of feel, and let me finish my thought before you jump down my throat, guys, because I know that you're gonna hate what I'm about to say.
Okay.
It always feels like we're not playing enough games.
Oh, come on.
By which I mean we play some games for so long
Yeah.
that we kind of like we've been playing. FireRed and Leaf Green have been a fairly continuous thing for like 3
Historically,
goddamn
we play a
years.
shit ton of Pokemon and a shit ton of Zelda.
Yeah.
And now we're playing a shit ton of Mega Man. But
So-
you want more variety, is that what you're
Kinda,
saying?
yeah, which is
If
what-
if we put up all of the games that we've completed onto the screen, would it be just like scrolling for?
We have at the point
Oh,
that this
man.
video
Are
comes
you gonna
out
kill us
right
if
now,
we ask you to do that?
I actually have that list prepared because I was looking into it the other
Sweet.
day.
Boom.
so
Let's see it. Boom.
There we
It
go.
is.
We have played this. We have to date, not counting. Actually, no, just counting everything. Any game that we've even touched on the channel.
All right.
We've played 69 games.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
We
Yeah.
touched those games.
We did. And
And
only
then-
only about
69
two of
of
those, only like 2 of those are even questionable, and that's like Sonic 4 Episode 1. We played, 1 level's worth.
Oh, is that when we
Um,
played it in like the basement of Auschwitz?
No, that was Kirby Superstar, and that never made it up onto the channel.
Oh, good.
Did you count that?
Auschwitz, by the way, is the nickname of CJ's old apartment.
Oh, man.
I'll give
CJ
you a
and
guess.
John
that
and
it's
Meg's old
CJ's
apartment, I
old
guess.
apartment.
I guess
I was
who,
there first.
Well, yeah, but CJ
Guess who named
lived
it?
there.
I named it.
Wow. Well,
And I'm sorry.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, are you proud of that?
That's
Are you proud of that?
offensive.
Or admitted now to the
Technically,
internet?
Mike Small named it.
The point though.
He said it as a joke and said, "Oh God, we can never do that." And I was like, "Auschwitz, it is."
Yeah.
It was our Wi-Fi
It was the
title for
Wi-Fi.
Oh
like.
yeah. Oh god. So
Years.
now neighbors are aware of it and stuff too.
Still my favorite network of all time.
But, like-
my cousin's is it hurts when IP.
Nice. Oh, that's great. Oh,
Right.
that's awesome. The reason I say it's like a paradoxical thing and all that is because a lot of other channels will do more various games, but the volume that it's produced at is a lot less. We
Right.
produce, frankly, a terrifying amount of video content on a regular basis. Like we are actually
If
producing
you reverse
videos-
engineer it and imagine how much time it takes out of our lives to do that,
Yeah.
maybe that will help. I mean, we do like what,
We
4
pro-
videos a day right now?
Right now it's 3.
Okay.
We're
3?
pro-
Holy shit.
yeah, because right now we're doing a daily Mega Man,
Yeah.
a daily Ruby Sapphire,
Yeah.
a daily FireRed Leaf Green.
Well, fuck.
A couple weeks ago, we had Hyrule Warriors back, so that added a 4th one. We're gonna have a
That's
similar
awesome.
problem when there's another game coming out. Like we were thinking about maybe doing 1 week with it's like Oceanbound. I think it's a Wind Waker style game that looks pretty cool. Just wanted to try that out. Hyrule Warriors Boss Rush Pack is coming out in a couple weeks, and that was going to be 1 more week of video. And
Is
like
that the one with
I think that's the one with Ganon.
Ganon? Okay.
Yeah. So like we've
That
got.
sounds awesome.
We
by the
usually
way.
right now we're doing 3, and 3 is a lot, honestly.
3 is a lot because I mean, for every 20-minute video
We
we
are
make
actually-
takes Rick at least 2 hours.
We're generally speaking, we're actually putting out content faster than like, and this is certainly not a qualitative question here. This is just a quantitative thing. But we put out more video every week than Game Grumps does,
Yeah.
which is again not
Our
to
good
say
friends, the
we're
Game
certainly
Grumps.
our best buds
He
over at the.
mentioned, yeah, you should be careful about how we word that. But
Yeah,
but he's right, and they have dedicated full-time video editors,
Yeah.
which is
2
our
of them now.
point.
Now they
Right.
have Kevin.
Whereas
is
we
their
just have
second one.
Rick, which is doing a great job. Don't get me wrong.
Man, all we got is Rick.
And also, like
No.
you've got a lot of extra time right now, which is cool. but
Yeah,
that's
which
not
is
gonna
going to
be
go
like
away
that
once I'm
forever,
starting
yeah.
to teach more.
Right.
Intern
So-
positions are currently available.
Yeah, right.
If you're in the
Please
Boston
email
area and would like to
Rick.
be involved with the
But
D-pad,
there's
please.
also issues of
Got that.
oversaturation. Some people have talked before about like if you put PewDiePie occasionally talks about his sub box being broken. And Game Theory did a whole thing about how it's not that's the case. The problem is if you put out video too much, sometimes your fans don't get a chance to watch it all, and that means a lower active subscriber rate, and that means
Right.
that YouTube doesn't show your video to as many people, which is a
Right.
problem for us. It is almost certainly, a wall for us, but at the same time,
Well, this
Well,
is the
also-
most video we'll be putting out. I
Yeah.
mean, I think we all agree we'd
I
rather be
would
putting
feel
out
kinda bored if we
fewer,
were-
better videos.
I would feel kind of bored if we were just doing, here's a Mega Man game, here's a Pokemon game, meh, and that's it.
I think a healthy thing for us eventually will be sort of like
We're gonna whittle it
Monday,
down.
Wednesday, Friday is Pokemon.
Yeah.
Tuesday,
A lot of people
Thursday
have
is Mega
scheduled stuff
Man.
like that.
And then on the weekends we do live video
I
content.
feel like these
think-
are the meetings
and, like,
that we
maybe-
intend to have
In
every
private.
time.
Fuck
we
it,
go
let's
out
just
to
have them
drink.
on mic and then you
And
can
then,
comment and give us better
You guys
ideas
let us
anyway.
How
know
about
what you
this?
wanna
That's true. It
do.
is nice having these things open to our viewers.
Yeah,
because
it's
like,
nice to
see
like.
what
What
they
do you
think
guys
of
think
what we're
of
thinking.
some of
Yeah.
that stuff?
Right.
Like,
I
what
mean,
do
I mean,
you
you
we
wanna see?
debate and we talk about this constantly, but we
never
haven't,
really-
really made any changes.
al-
Or
Yeah.
It always takes place in a bubble. Like we
I'm
we
also
only really talk
always
about it
super
amongst
level
ourselves.
50. We did it.
Hey!
I'm also super curious what you guys think the right amount of time for a video is. The FireRed ones seem almost a little short.
Normally. Right now, they're like crazy long episodes.
Yeah,
they're trying to get the grinding
this
just over
done.
with. But
for me, it's,
normally those were about 12 to 15 minutes.
Right. Whereas the
I
Zelda.
really think they should be only like 5 minutes and all about cute animals.
Right. So that's Megan's thought,
So-
which is
You
valuable.
can, you can
Thank
make some
you.
videos those lengths if you want to.
Cool.
We should put some Goji footage on the channel. I mean, Goji's
Oh,
a star.
jeez.
So
I'll make a slideshow.
Oh my
yo,
God!
rare candy nest right now, and then we're good.
Yeah. We're not good, but
We're
you know.
fucking very close to good.
No, we're gonna come. We're gonna have a little powwow. We're gonna have a little meeting right here with us, and we're gonna come back next time. We're gonna share our thoughts. All right, we'll be back. All right.